Alright, what's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be going over my live trades today. But before anything, I want to show my pre-market analysis, exactly what I was looking at today and what I was trying to see in the market, um, before getting into the day, right? So let's get into it. Oh shoot, for some reason my face is, all right, it was frozen. Um, as you guys can see on my chart, I have the SPY 1 hour chart, and right here I have SPY has been trading in a range, pre-market consolidating and making higher highs, has a gap to fill above, nice long above this demand zone, shorts if this momentum fails, targeting pre-market areas of support. So pre-market areas of support would be here, here, and our demand zone would be this, right? And I drew out the choppiness that I was seeing. We get a push up pre-market, and we tend to have a pullback and then continuation. Pre-market a push up during the day, pull back, and then push up, right? Pre-market we had a push up, a pullback during the market open, and a push up. So here, we're coming into an area of where it has pushed up, so looking to see how this reacts. With these pink lines I have either a continuation or is it going to get rejected. Is this going to be one of those days that it gets rejected? So we wanted to see um, what was going to happen. So getting into today's trading session, we had a push up pre-market. I think I took a trade already actually, so I was looking for a short trade into this area of a higher demand. Um, we had came up and failed, looking to see if this failure would continue, like those sellers in the area um, would continue to hold this as a continue to hold this area and be more aggressive, but buyers ended up stepping in, and so I took my loss. They continued their rally to the upside. And then we're getting a second failure. It was kind of like a wick out, but then it started trending up, wedging to the upside. Pretty much, I'm looking to see how this wedge would react. This is a period of imbalance, into an area where it's balanced. An area of balance being where buyers and sellers agree. And then we're getting our push down. Um, we bounced in this area where I had bounced before. I wasn't able to capitalize on this trade. It was too quick for me, so I missed out on it. But as you guys can see, clear area of supply, clear area of demand where sellers are stepping in. With my short trade, I think it was just I think it was a good idea, but I think it was in some sense it could have been avoided. I should have gave it a little more time and find a little more context and try to get a higher fill to the upside. But nevertheless, this stock starts moving up, so I'm looking for a retracement of this move. You know, because once again it has came into an area of imbalance, right? And when it's imbalanced, it has to come back into an area of balance. Where buyers and sellers agree on pricing, it can transact. Not many transactions are traded during these pushes up, when aggressive buyers just take over. So it tends to come back to its medium, right? So what ends up happening is it has that retracement. And I think I was looking for a bounce to the upside, right? So it had its retracement, it had its retracement like it had it here. Consolidation, pullback, continuation, period of consolidation, imbalance, and now looking to see if we can continue this trend to the upside. Um, I I didn't end up getting it right, so we had got stopped out for a 1 hour loss, but then this retracement happened later after. So as you guys can see, it pulled back and then it just came back up and failed. As you guys can see, one thing you're noticing in the stock is that it's very choppy price action. A lot of things are wicking. There's no real momentum to either side, and it's very, very choppy. So this is one thing I noticed into this day. So I'm looking to try this one more time. Came back into an area where buyers have previously bought, right? And started bouncing. Um, this okay. I think it was here. Yeah, so I end up taking a long trade. I'm seeing that this is an area where like an area of balance. Buyers and sellers are transacting. So pretty much looking to see who's the more stronger participant, you know. Um, I saw buyers step in. Buyers are holding this area, looking to see if they can continue holding this area to target towards these areas of demand. Looking to see how that transacts. So far it's looking good. So I'm holding this. You know, the buyers are holding this area, and you're gonna see me draw out this area of supply. This area of resistance is now acting as a support, and this is, you know, I feel confident in holding this. So we're up on the trade. I think our 1-to-1 now. Looking to see if we can have this continuation of the move. And I get out. I think I end up moving my stop up, maybe. No, so I took a full loss on this one. And then looking to see how buyers and sellers continue to transact in this loss. I mean, in this area. As you guys can see, buyers are still supporting this area, but it's just extremely choppy. So I noticed this, and I'm like, if I want to get back into this trade, my trade yet has not been invalidated. You know, I try to buy it towards the bottom. I purchased it too high, you know, in a sense that, you know, the way this is transacting, it's very wiki. So in that sense, I bought it too high. So I'm looking to see if I can purchase it towards the low and then have a validation invalidation point below these wicks, right? So I'm looking to see if I can buy this at a fair value. So I end up purchasing it at 83 with a stop at 73, so 10 cents or 6 cents. We have our push to the upside, and pretty much um, I want to lock in profits. I want to make sure this you know, continues to the upside. So what ends up happening is it had wicked me out. So it ended up having its continuation of the move after the fact. But since I had moved my stop to a higher to this higher point, like to you know, above my entry, it actually had stopped me out and then had the continuation of the move. Right after this, we had the move that I was anticipating. So we can see I got in right here, right at this lower end. I don't think this is the trade. I mean the stock that I traded, and it pushed up, right? It came pulled back and then it had a push up, um, pull back, and then a continuation of the move. Ended up hitting my 3-to-1, as you guys can see. So I had ended up buying this in the area of supply, right? This green level. Ended up rejecting at this area of demand. It was a good idea. It was a good idea. Well, actually, no. Where I had purchased it was what where I had purchased it was so 1 minute chart. Yeah, where I had purchased it was around in this area, in this zone, in this green zone, and it had rejected up here. This wasn't it. This was the move right here. So I had bought it down here. It was super wicky going to the upside, but it ended up coming into this area where sellers had stepped in. So yeah, that's pretty much my trades. I came out with today I'm down on the day. My full loss. So I'm down my 3R for the day. Um, looking to be a little more patient. Um, I think with this kind of market, it's it's been pretty tricky to trade. As you guys can see, this is like a super wicky, super choppy and indecisive candles. But if we go to the oh, I'm not even sharing my screen. But if I go to the previous day, and I want to share this real quick. If I go to the previous day, we get a push up, a pullback, and then a continuation of the move. This is more decisive. You can read this a little better versus if we go to today's transactions. More wicky, more indecisive. It has a initial strong push to the upside, came back even lower, uh, trading in the middle, trading super choppy, trying to break down here, ended up getting bought up. You know, just this transaction is much more harder to read. So just looking to, the best thing I can do in situations like these is just manage my risk. Being able to manage my risk and stick to my risk to rewards. Um, what could have saved me was sticking to that 3 to 1, letting it ride out a little bit. The type of choppiness that I've been seeing in the market, that I saw in the market today, you know, um, made me lack confidence in myself to hold it, you know, but my system does work. Me buying at an area of support, as you guys can see, has been validated. Even from even from when I traded it over here, from when I traded it at that area of support. When I traded it at that area of support, it's been validating the whole day. And this area of demand has been being validated the whole day. We have 3 rejection points, and then we have a bunch of areas where so this is it was choppy, it was more difficult to trade, but I had the right ideas, and I should just looking to trade a little better, looking to keep on bettering myself, and yeah. Till tomorrow. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.